Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. My name is Brandon Hathaway. I'm the preacher at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. I want to thank you for joining me today as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. Today we're in Matthew chapter 19. Matthew chapter 19. I'm going to be looking at verses 4 through 4 and 5, I guess. Is what I plan on reading. I think I might have put 4 through 6 on the thing, but 4 and 5. As the Pharisees have come and questioned Jesus, is it lawful, I guess verse 3, is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife for any reason at all? And so you read verse 4 here with me. It says, "And he answered and said, Have you not read? He who created them from the beginning made them male and female, and said, For this reason a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh." And verse 6 says, "So they are no longer two, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let not man separate." All right, so verse 6. So looking at these verses here, as Jesus is questioned about divorce, and just question, can a man divorce for any reason, separate for any reason? And so Jesus doesn't come straight out and say yes, or he doesn't come straight out and say no. What he does is says, look at how God created them in the beginning. Go back to Genesis and study the creation of mankind. And he looked up on Adam and said, it's not good that man should be alone. But then he created a helpmate comparable to him, and that the two shall become one. And that's what it's bringing out there, right? As you read verses 4 and 5, it brings out, he who created them in the beginning made them male and female. So again, husband and wife, man and woman. In verse 5 it says, "And this reason man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh." And again, in the mindset that when people get married, that they are to become one together. Again, yes, they are technically two separate people, but in their lives they live together as one. They make decisions together. They help each other. They live the rest of their lives with one another. And they continue to live that way. They become one flesh. They are no longer two. And so verse 6 makes it real clear there. It says, what God has joined together, let not man separate. Again, God's the one that truly joins husband and wife together. Yes, we abide by the laws of the land. We fill out the paper, the forms, and send them in. And, that's how the name change takes place with last names and taking on each other's name. It's just, God's the one that joins them, though. We come together by the power of God, by His authority. And since God is the one that joins us together, let not man separate. When two people get married, it is supposed to be a lifetime commitment. And we need to teach that. We need to make sure people understand that when they make that decision to get married, that it is a lifetime commitment, that you can't just go and get divorced for any reason. And so if you take time, we're not going to cover it all today, but if you have any questions about the next part of this these verses in this chapter, he does get into divorce, and he brings out that if anyone divorces for any reason except sexual immorality and marries another, he commits adultery also. And so the only reason we find in the Bible for one to divorce and have the right to remarry is sexual immorality. So if you have any questions on that, I'd be happy to study that with you also. But if we can just get it through our heads that we are committed to our spouse for death till us do us part, right? Then we don't have to worry about that part. Let us focus on being right with our spouse and living our lifetime with them. I want to thank you for joining me. I hope everybody has a blessed day. If the Lord is willing, I'll talk to you later.